The same week my son Hunter was born, I realized why we women are screwed. Have you gone baby shopping for clothes? The boys get in the department stores 1 or 2 racks. But the girls, they get a whole entire floor. Dresses, gowns, accessories. The girls are still in diapers, but dressed up like princesses. And the story continues. Today, we have Sephora kits, named after the beauty store. These are girls under the age of 12, so focused on skincare already, that they use anti-aging products before they even become teenagers. We don't just buy our daughters clothes and makeup. We buy them an identity. We teach them from an early age that their value lies in their looks. And if they look pretty and have beautiful skin, they get our attention. Then puberty hits, and society reminds us about our other value, fertility. I remember when I was 14 growing up in Austria that my riding instructor, who used to be mean to me when I was a child, all of a sudden started flirting with me. Because I had crossed the threshold where females are not just judged by their looks, but also by their ability to conceive children. Looks and motherhood, still the 2 most revered values we women bring to society. And of course we know we're so much more than that. But whether we like it or not, this is imprinted in us. And we also learn that our biological clock ticks very quickly. By 35 at the latest, a big wave of ageism hits us. Social media ads now tell us, oh, it's time for Botox, microneedling, fat sculpting. Oh, and you want a baby? Then hurry up with your geriatric pregnancy. TikTok. We turn 40 and supposedly we are over the hill because ovaries are shutting down, and during a time in a woman's life that is so busy and so stressful, kids, career, family, you name it, we are hit with the mother load of scary. Menopause. If I would read you all the symptoms of this menopausal transition, we'd be here until tomorrow. Youth, looks, fertility, value, all gone within just a few decades. We women grow up thinking that our bodies are ticking time bombs that age quickly and at some point really explode right under us. So it's not a surprise that most of us on some level fear aging, because this story that we are growing up with, it's toxic, it's awful, and it chips away our confidence and our female power. And the 62 billion anti-aging industry, with all the products and the procedures, they are preying on our fear. We become anxious, they become rich. And I'm sure, listen, we are women. We look at the mirror and we question ourselves, our bodies, our faces. However, we do not address the big elephant in the room, aging itself. Because how do you question something that is inevitable? I'm a journalist by trade. I make a living asking questions, and I learned early on that if I ask common questions, I get common answers. And in 2018, I realized I need to ask much better ones, because that was the year I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I vividly remember the first time I stood in front of my bedroom mirror after my last surgery, wearing only shorts. I was in my 40s at the time, so not young anymore, not super fertile anymore, but with scars on my body, one of which, ironically, as long as a newborn baby. And I looked at my bruises, and yes, of course, my body today does not look anything like it did when I was in my 20s. But you know what I saw in the mirror? I saw beauty, real beauty. I saw a woman beaten down by life and getting up again. I saw power and strength, because even after a 12-hour surgery, my body healed beautifully. And in my eyes, I saw determination to live long and healthy. And I knew that normal life doesn't cut it for me any longer. I need a much higher standard. And I also knew that cancer, like any degenerative disease, is connected to accelerated aging, to rapid aging, which is a real issue if you want to live long. So I had a choice to make. Do I accept what seems my reality now, or do I come up with a better question? And at that time, I was taking my son Hunter to school and then driving to the office. I was listening to a podcast, and the female guest, she was a doctor, claimed that she had reversed aging. And I'm like, yeah, right, give me a break. But then I thought about it, and I figured, listen, what if we don't have to fight aging altogether? Because I had learned from my cancer journey that if you fight something, it takes so much energy. And it kept me anxious all the time. So what if I could use this energy and put it over here and create something altogether different? And I started asking myself, maybe we can indeed get younger with age. I became totally obsessed with that question. I spent thousands of hours researching and experimenting with my body, and I fell in love with my vegetables, walked my dog in nature every day, was in bed by 9 o'clock. And look, I love wine, French fries, pasta, bread. I'm European. But I trained myself little by little to change my habits. And these little micro shifts that I made over time really amounted to something. I noticed that my complexion got better, I got the glow, the fine lines reduced, and I lost quite a lot of weight. And then, because I'd done all this research, by then I already knew that we are not having one age, we have two ages really. The first one is the chronological age, determined by our birth date. But the other one is the biological age. It's the true age of our bodies, of our cells, the tissues. And with advanced science, we can measure today how quickly or slowly our bodies have aged with a simple blood draw or a cheek swab. 1 year after my intense cancer journey, I took my very first biological age test. Holy cow, this really works. I came in years younger than I was chronologically, and I've been doing this ever since. My last test showed that I was able to slow down the aging of my body by 20% every year. And one of the biomarkers even said, that is the biomarker of a 22-year-old. Believe me, last time any of my body parts were 22 is over 30 years ago. It is incredible what is possible. And our bodies are not our enemies, they can be our best allies. And that's why I'm so happy to stand here today to tell you, yes, it is possible to become younger and stay younger for longer. Science proves it. Chronologically, yes, we get up there. But the biological age is not fixed, it is flexible. And we can influence it with our daily choices. And just think about what this discovery would mean for the couple diagnosed with age-related infertility. Or the woman in perimenopause who is not happy right now, or the person dealing with a chronic disease. And if I can do that, so can you. So let's throw out all the stories that we grew up with. Let's reject the old narrative and flip the whole aging script on its head. Because truthfully, I mean, what is beauty? Is beauty really all about wrinkles? Who remembers the woman who is wrinkle-free? But people do remember the woman who enters a room and she brings all her energy and smile and her vibrancy that she is so radiant you can't look away. This is not age-related. This is an inner game. And that is also what getting younger with age means. And here is how. Mind, body, spirit. The three pillars of what I call my younger with age protocol. I write about it in detail in my new book, but in a nutshell, it all starts here and ends here. Mind. Yale already proved years ago that if you have a positive outlook on aging, you can extend your life by 7.5 good years. So if you, for starters, look for the people that are decades older than you, and they are doing something like climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, salsa dancing, you name it, whatever inspires you, but they're doing something that you didn't think that the people at their age would be doing. And once you realize that, yes, of course, aging is normal, but once when you realize that aging does not lead into decrepitude, then you can internalize for yourself that the way you age is a choice, your choice. Second, body. In 2021, Dr. Cara Fitzgerald, in her groundbreaking study, showed that the participants were able to lower their biological age by over 3 years in only 2 months, using lifestyle and diet changes. And I'm here to tell you, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars for supplements, IV treatments, sauna blankets. I didn't do that. But once you master the 4 fundamentals, nourishment, movement, sleep, and connection, you'll see that you will feel and look already like $1 million. And third, my favorite, spirit. This is your second chance to connect to the fire inside of you again. This is your opportunity to design a life according to the grown-up, powerful woman that you have become. So let's defy aging by looking for the possibilities again. Learn the language, move to the other country. Open up to love again. Start the business, build your empire. And travel the world. My favorite science fresh out of Australia, even gallivanting the world can help you lower your biological age. So ladies, no more old age thinking. Youthful longevity, this is where it's at. And if you hear anything ticking, this is not your time running out. This is the universe reminding you that you are the bomb.